Imagine waking up here. You don't know exactly where you are. There's no road, no phone, no GPS, no one knows you're here. Let's also imagine something else. It's the year 1350. Whatever brought you here isn't bringing you home. So what do you do first? Most people answer that question incorrectly. If I start running around, I've already made my first mistake. Survival often rewards patience before action. Right now I'm gathering information. Where's the wind? Which way is the river flowing? Can I hear rapids, birds, larger animals? Is there smoke? I want the forest to tell me something. The next thing I need isn't food. It's time. Specifically, how much daylight I have left. If the sun is already dropping, my priorities change completely. I don't need a perfect shelter. I need a dry shelter before darkness arrives. Most people think freezing happens in deep snow. Along the Atlantic coast, cold rain and wind can be far more dangerous. Once your clothes stay wet, everything becomes harder. Your body burns more energy, your hands lose strength, your judgment becomes worse. Before I worry about dinner, I want to stay dry. This water looks perfect. That doesn't mean it's safe. Clear water can still carry disease-causing organisms from animals upstream. Without modern treatment, even a stomach illness could become dangerous if you're already cold and exhausted. Water is essential, but safe water is even more important. Fire changes everything, not because it looks impressive, but because it gives you options. Warmth, dry clothes, boiled water, cooked food, light, even morale. If I can keep a fire alive, tonight already looks a little better than it did 10 minutes ago. This won't win any architecture awards, and that's exactly the point. People often spend too much time trying to build the perfect shelter. I only need something that keeps the wind off, sheds most of the rain, and lets me wake up tomorrow. Tomorrow, I can improve it. Hunting sounds exciting. It also burns a lot of energy. During the first week, I probably wouldn't chase deer. I'd let the river do most of the work. Fish, shellfish, edible plants, anything that gives me more energy than it costs to collect. Survival isn't about eating well, it's about avoiding an energy deficit.
I think the first night is when reality finally catches up. Every sound seems important. Every broken twig feels close, but fear can be misleading. The forest is full of noise. Most of it has nothing to do with danger. Learning that difference may be one of the most valuable survival skills of all.
Hold. Waking up means one thing. Yesterday worked. That's a victory.
But now I start again. Water.
Fire. Shelter. Food. Every day follows the same rhythm. Routine is becoming survival. If I'm still here after several days, I stop thinking like a visitor. Every task now improves tomorrow. Better drainage, a stronger roof, more firewood, a safer place to store food. Tiny improvements become the difference between surviving and living. Along this coast, weather is always part of the story. Rain, wind, fog, sometimes all three in a single afternoon. You don't defeat the weather. You learn to work around it. Every dry hour becomes valuable. Every clear morning, an opportunity. Hunger is difficult, cold is difficult, but loneliness might become the hardest challenge of all. Human beings aren't designed to live without conversation. That's why routines matter, work matters, small goals matter. Every finished task reminds you that tomorrow is still worth planning for. I'd probably spend days assuming I was completely alone.
But history suggests something very different. The Atlantic forests were not empty. People knew these rivers, these coastlines, these seasons, long before Europeans ever arrived.
If someone had been watching me,
I might never have known. After a week, I might finally believe I could survive here. But surviving a week is very different from surviving a lifetime. Somewhere along this coastline, people really did build lives. They adapted, they learned, they raised families. And that raises a fascinating question. What if one isolated community had continued, not for a few years, but for centuries? That simple question eventually became Iron Shores. Not a history lesson, not a claim, just one question and the story that grew from it.